Okay, one last chart. So this is an interesting. This one is every day where there is data and the colors. So every single day. And so I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to go down to the bottom right corner of the data that I want, which is right here, and shift and click. And so now I've clicked all of these columns for each date, right? And then I'm going to do insert chart. Now this time I'm going to do what's called a scatter chart. So first of all, I'm going to go into my series again and turn the annoying blue column into a green column. Okay. So, but I want this to be a scatter plot instead of a whole bunch of bars. It's interesting to look at a whole bunch of bars because I can see which dates. I could probably see that one with the tons of red, which is right here. Yeah, so it's on 8/17 is when whoever it was clicked a million reds, right? So indeed, this does confirm our hypothesis that the button mashing is really just one day of button mashing, which is right here on this day. So we could also just get rid of that day from our data because it's anomalous. Let's not worry about that right now. We got here's another day with a lot of red proportionally. This day has a lot of red. So anyway, this day has both red and green button mashing probably. Anyway, so moving on. Let's go to a scatter plot. So here we have a scatter plot. And so what's cool about this is it just puts a dot, 3 dots for every day, essentially. So there's a red dot, a green dot, and a yellow dot. And what it does is it just sort of gives you a sense of how all of these different things break out. When you have data that grows over time, potentially, or if you want to see, does it change over time? Does it have a trend? Sometimes that'll show up. But this does, it's interesting to see that sort of the greens seem isolated. The other thing you can do instead of a scatter plot is if you want to know, does my data have a trend? You can do what's called a line chart. And in this case, it's just not that helpful because the data definitely does not have a trend. Here's that big red day, but so if the data moved or grow or had some sort of sense of growth, or you want to see, does it go up and then up and then down in general, but that's just not the case here, and the data is too broken. So the line chart in this case is not very useful, whereas a scatter plot can be pretty useful.